alchemicacademic.com. You are the book. Monthly courses designed to help you read yourself. Book now.
Peace to the family. It's the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Go ahead and give me a little thumbs up, or I can hear you, Hood. Let me know that we in the same vicinity. You understand what I'm saying? Let me know if you can hear your boy. All right. Just steady setting up, reporting live from the office. Just want to thank everybody, man. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna do this new moon energy first, and then tomorrow I'm gonna come through with this Lovecraft Country. And I had to really get this video done before I got home. So just wanted to get this content out, and part of this content is letting y'all know what I'm about, man, moving forward, man. Solar plexus time starts the 19th and the 20th. And a lot of people might wonder, like, what does this course offer me? So generally, when you balance your solar plexus, you're referencing your self-esteem. Confidence can be a literal con. So we're building this confidence from within, and we're really understanding our anxiety based upon knowing that our future is going to be great because we control it. When you have anxiety, you literally have no control over your future. There is going to have fear, is going to be holdups. So, we're referencing how to become more open, more positive, and more tapped into our will, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a guided meditation held by Prime Harmonic. I just got finished talking to him today. He said he's perfecting that thing. And of course, I'll be delivering the details and the points. And this course comes with a handbook. So instead of us just beating your ears up, we give you a reference source of what we're referencing when we're talking to you during this course. And even forward, we'll give you the guided meditation included with this whole entire bundle. It's been a wonderful experience thus far. It's our third month, and we're going into our fourth month where we're dealing with the heart chakra, but not until we deal with this solar plexus handbook and solar plexus course in full detail. So I just want to thank everybody for joining me, everybody for dealing with me. I've been actually doing this work, not drinking coffee, not smoking the herbals, but it's not it's not as easy as it seems, but it's necessary, because the thing about the solar plexus, if I might, it is definitely a necessity to have your health in order. All right. If you don't have your health in order, the solar plexus is not fully activated. So therefore, you wearing all of the yellows, you carrying all of the yellow stones, you eating all of the yellow foods, but you're not really into your health, into your subconscious mind, your gut. Your gut is all backed up with all types of stuff, and then you want to activate your solar plexus, it's not going to necessarily happen. This is why we given a month in between classes so we can deal with our body. It's real simple to say, oh, when do I activate this chakra? I hope this chakra is activated. I hope I raise my kundalini. But when you actually work on a gland, you actually work on a muscle, you actually take the herbs, you actually do the processes that deal with your body, right? Not no existential stuff of reading a book or doing a ritual or doing all of this stuff. And then nothing wrong with that, right? I do that more than anybody, I would say. But this actual course and this actual application in the realms of spirituality, in the realms of occult, is dealing with your body. I don't know too many people is doing it like we doing it. And shout out to Prime, shout out to Ra. We moving forward with major energy, right? And so I just want to invite people. The links is in the description. I'll have it pinned on the first comment. alchemicacademic.com. And that was my TED Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to the conversation. How's everybody feeling today? What's the vibes been like? How is everybody feeling? I can't wait to get into this Lovecraft country tomorrow, but today we're dealing specifically with this new moon and what it's talking about in full detail. And I'm so excited to be here with y'all. I'm so excited to talk about this energy because, we've been referencing supernatural abilities for all of this time, right? We've been referencing the spiritual miracle for all of this time. And guess what, family? We are finally emerging from the cocoon, right? We are finally self-realizing all of the spiritual miracle shit, right? Let me get some lights on in here. You know what I'm saying, family? Let's get this whole situated. How y'all feeling? Give me a second. I ain't like that dark. It's still a little dark, but everything is copacetic, man. And so what we're referencing is the rising of spiritual energy. The new moon in Virgo, we representing a earth sign, okay? Earth sign is physical reality, it's tangible. You said the signal keeps going out. Is everybody getting a clear feed from me, or is it not coming through in the right and exact way? Let a brother know how it is. Is my voice okay? I just be wanting to come through clear as possible. And that could be I could see why. Give me 1 second, family. I do got a lot going on this computer. So what about now, family? Is it still giving you that? How is it going now, family? How is it going now? Because I did have a lot going on my computer. Let me get it together. How is the stream? What's up, Tirza? What's up, everybody? Seems better. Okay. I had a lot going on, but that's just me, always with a lot going on. So the new moon in Virgo, what are we referencing? We're referencing Virgo being an earth sign, being a tangible reality, and we're still in the new. So a new tangible reality, okay? So if we have a new tangible reality, we are referencing something that cannot be foreseen. We don't know what to prepare for. And since we don't know what to prepare for, the stress of a new reality, if we're still dealing with the bombardment of media, we're still dealing with the bombardment of technology, these things, man, will have you scared to death out here. And especially if you're trying to achieve your goals, the question is then, damn, why why are we holding back? You know what I'm saying? Why isn't this thing happening the way that I want to have it go? Why haven't I accomplished my goals yet? Right? Why haven't I fully self-realized? You said it's the title. I don't know what it is. Generally, hold on, get this airplane mode off. The internet and these types of scenarios, we have no real control over it. You know what I'm saying? It's like we try to get it together, but then again, it's never really perfect, especially when you're trying to reach a large audience. It gets a little crazy, but we're gonna keep it together. So it's a lot of distracting energy from what's happening on with you internally. As we evolve as a species, we've been fully invested in this evolvement of our spiritual nature. And because of this, the news is losing their shit. The government is losing their shit, right? The your family members is losing their shit. Everybody is losing their shit because there's a spiritual energy that's coming online. And for a lot of us who just didn't wake up spiritual today or a couple of days ago, we've been preparing for this, even if we didn't know that we was preparing for it. But the actual reality of spiritual powers is now, right? The reality of spiritual powers is now, and this is what we're talking about the new moon in Virgo. So this is not a long slideshow, but this is more of just informative, and this is just some things that I just want to be clear that you guys can understand, and I'm understandable as a teacher because the modality of astrology is something that I'm really refining and teaching, and I need to know that people is getting it. I'm not on here to toot my own horn. I'm here to speak specifically about the breaking ground of your spiritual powers as being told to us by cosmology, meaning the narrative of the stars. And there's something that you need to know about the stars, ladies and gentlemen. The stars do not lie, okay? People may lie, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. Stars don't either. So when you look at this cuspal energy of this new moon, we're talking about the sun conjunct the moon at the beginnings of Virgo. Inside real time, the energy is still in Leo. So we still have the fire remnants, and this fire in earth, when you talk about the most fertile ground, the most fertile land, or I put land and ground together and I said fertile grand, but fertile ground or fertile land is found when you are burning charcoal, right? The burnt land is much more fertile than land that is not being burnt. So this is Leo going into Virgo. This is the fertile growth period of whatever you've been sowing. So if you are a proponent of spirituality, a proponent of ancestors, a proponent of magic, a proponent of psychic abilities, this is the revelation. This is the revealing. This is the moment that your energies break ground, right? And because they break ground, you're kind of wimpy. It's like Groot in the universe movie, Marvel movie. When you're a little baby, you can't really do to as much as you wanna do, right? When you're a little baby, you cannot do as much as you want to do. So this is the realization of our spiritual growth. It is this new spiritual growth that we don't know much about, yet we have to allow this direction to kind of lead us into something new, right? And what do we rely on as a little baby plant, right? This little baby plant is our spiritual power. What does that baby plant rely on? Does it rely on the sun? Does it rely on the earth? Does it rely on the rain? No, it relies on its roots. So when you reference a human being that's living today, unless they were a test, even if they were a test tube baby, even if they were grafted, even if they are a clone, there is a root of ancestral energy that we all rely on. Okay? We don't rely on the news. We don't rely on our paycheck. We don't rely on the media. We don't even rely on our social circle. We rely on our ancestral roots. And this allows you to grow, right? It can rain, it can not rain. It could be hot, it could be not hot. It could be snowing, it could be not snowing. It could be all types of things externally. However, if one is particularly grounded in their roots, they have no trouble. They have no issue. So I get back to you. What's your trouble? What's your issue? What's your problem, fam? I ain't been grounded. I ain't been dealing with my ancestors. I ain't been dealing with my roots. Well, I don't know, hood. I ain't do the genealogy on my family. Look, fam, whether you did the genealogy or not, your blood is a fact. Right? Y'all with me? So this new moon in Virgo is the beginnings of what we would call supernatural abilities, and our sustainment through these supernatural abilities will make or break whether they reach its particular realization. But understand that Libra, tough. Scorpio, tough. Sagittarius, tough. Capricorn, even tougher. So these spiritual developments are going to have to really be refined and worked on. And a person is like, well, hood, I don't like to work. I don't like to do more than what's given to me. Then you don't want to grow. Growth is work. The ascension of your spiritual abilities is building strength. Building strength deals a lot with tearing down. So when you're tearing down the structures of your false reality, this is going to incur sadness. So therefore, the spiritual journey, it should be a happy-go-lucky place. But then you get into the spiritual community, and then you might suffer some of the most sadness, some of the deepest pain, and nothing even really happened, right? It's just a realization of I've been in an illusionary world. And to kind of keep my head above water, I have to continue along this illusionary path because it's too traumatic to do a pivot right now. Too traumatic, right? However, there is no need to pivot. There is no need to change because we are not gaining external benefits. What benefits are we receiving, hood? Spiritual benefits, psychic ability benefits, being able to see the future, being able to be 10 steps ahead of your enemy, being able to have full-on communications with your ancestors who are all over this mug, right? Okay, and so this new moon presents a full moon energy because it's almost opposed Neptune by 5 degrees or so. So therefore, we have a Earth-air opposition, which is usually an Earth-water opposition. Earth signs are usually opposed water signs, but when you have an Earth-air opposition, then we begin to have a mental idea that has to be encapsulated with this physical idea. I'll do you one better. We can look at a lump of dirt, a lump of cement, and be like, look at that lump of cement. Look at that lump of dirt. But a person that puts mind to that cement, a person that puts mind to that dirt can create a building, right? So when you put mind to your psychic abilities, where do your psychic abilities come from? From yourself, from your blood, right? How do you get into understanding and decoding your blood? Well, you have to get rid of the limits. You have to get rid of the limits. So your ability to let go of fear, human fear, life and death, limit after limit after limit. You can't go here. You can't date people like that. You shouldn't do that, and you shouldn't do this. You have to get into your bag, family. You have to get into kiss my ass. You have to tap into your kiss my ass factor, right? Because your spirit is going to tell you, don't fuck with that person. Your spirit is going to tell you, you should reach out to that person. Your spirit is going to tell you, call off work today. Your spirit is going to tell you all of these things that your fear won't allow you to do. Hood, I'm afraid to go walk out into nature because it's outside of my neighborhood, and I really don't like going outside of my neighborhood because I'm with fear. I know that I want to be in a relationship, but the concept of being in a relationship just scares the hell out of me. Okay? So we talking about growth, we talking about development, but then we want to factor in fear. Well, there's too much to be afraid of, right? At this point, to pinpoint what you should or what you shouldn't, you need to learn how to say kiss my ass. And today we'll be discussing the kiss my ass factor, right? Your kiss my ass quotient, right? As we deal with the growth of this spiritual new growth, this supernatural abilities that they're not going to talk about in the news, family, right? They're not going to put it out there. And even if they did, you can't buy shit at the store. You have to find it within yourself. And once you find it within yourself through this Sun and Leo period, it presents a new growth, like a little baby Groot. Okay? So the first deacon of Virgo is ruled by Saturn, and just so happened that this energy is trine Saturn. Let me get to. So this deacon of Virgo is ruled by Saturn, but this energy is actually trine Saturn and the Saturn ruled Capricorn. Okay? So this Saturn represents change. Okay? This Pluto represents transformation. This Jupiter, which is now direct, is the ability to create new memories now. So, of course, when we create new memories, that's hard because we so used to creating our old ass, toxic ass memories. How many people have you told every time I get rid of somebody, I keep attracting the same type of dude? I keep attracting the same type of girl because you creating them same memories. I don't even be remembering my exes. I'll be like, what your name is again? Huh? We know each other? We used to go together. I live with you. Damn. Come sit down. Talk to me about this because this, I don't even know your ass. You know? But then I can understand how people would be like, I can't get over my ex. Man, I ain't gonna love nobody more than I love this person. And they gone. They got a whole new relationship. What type of spell is you putting on yourself? This person don't want nothing to do with your ass. But you telling me that you ain't gonna love nobody more than somebody that ain't got nothing to do with your ass. That's a spell and a half, fam. So you have to begin to create new memories versus I'm about to love the hell out of somebody new. I'm about to be rich as hell, Once I get these spiritual abilities under wraps, they just little babies for me, right? Man, we are spiritual, psychic, supernatural creatures, fam, and can't nothing tell me different. Can't nothing tell me otherwise. And the problem is that we don't see it. The problem, we think that we not beautiful enough, we don't have enough money, we don't got these abilities and things of that nature. We create our reality based on our memories. So if your memories is effed up and you want to perpetuate effed up futures, by all means, go right ahead because I can't stop you. But if you want to create a new future, the time is now. It is a new moon. It is time to set intentions. And intentions are what you are going to do tomorrow, the next day, a week from now. A lot of y'all wish and hope with y'all intentions and don't have no action behind it. That's the root word of intent. It's tied into tendons, and our tendons are what stretch our muscles. Meaning that if I intend my arm to go straight out, then there has to be some go between with my muscles. Everything has to go in alignment. And my arm ain't going to stretch out past this 180-degree angle or 90-degree angle because the tendons is what's keeping it tight. So in order to intend, there are some limits, but there's also some outreach. But see, if we don't understand our limits, then we hate our limits. But our limits allow for my arm just not to be all flim-flammy and shit. You know what I'm saying? You ever had some wobbly? You know, you can't have nothing wobbly out here. You got to be hard. You feel me? That's what the tendons do. That's what the intent do. What you doing today? Following my intentions. A lot of y'all wake up, don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm just chilling, enjoying life. I done made some money. I got me a paycheck. I just want to be free. Okay, now what? You still have to be in your intentions. All right, riddle me this, Batman. Why do millionaires wake up in the morning and go to work? And you swear to God that when you get all of your money, you ain't going to do shit. That's a that's a quandary. I don't understand that. So the reality is, even when you do level up, you still gonna want to do something. Because maybe you don't got enough to chill like you think you do, and you'll run out of that money, and now you'll be back at working at Rite Aid or some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, because the next part is the second deacon of Virgo, and the second deacon of Virgo is work. It's providence. It's a little man sitting there. It's the alchemist. It's the I can't think of the word. The blacksmith. There I go. Working because he found his gift. He found his supernatural ability, but it ain't going to come to him. See, that's the illusion of magic, supernatural abilities, psychic abilities, that once it's on, it's on. But the deeper reality is that you have to continue to grow. If I didn't grow these abilities, then they would have atrophied. And the reality is that once we come into this, we are having to revive atrophied energies. This is why alchemicacademic.com, we are teaching you how to revive your atrophied ass glands, right? Because you talking all of this spiritual miracle, wondrous shit, but when it gets to stress, you still stressed out. When it comes to being connected, you still disconnected. So what do I gotta do, Hood? I done did everything spiritual miracle that the world could put out there for me. Oh, nothing worse than the people with money getting into this spiritual shit, because they gonna buy up everything. Y'all still in it, rich as hell, buying up every course, taking every ayahuasca, every shroom, every LSD, and still trying to figure it out. Occult means hidden. Occult means within. When you understand your glands and your hormones, this is mythology. So the mythological creatures are you, the monsters, the gods are you when you activate your chakras. Of course, don't nobody know what the fuck a chakra is, so it's all abstract to you. And that's perfectly fine. But we're just kind of dealing with the birth of supernatural energies and how to actually birth them versus just, Hood, I'm out here getting readings again. I'm out here doing this, that, and the third again. No direction, no intention. I like your videos, though. Fuck all that. New moons, set your intentions. If your intentions ain't something that you can follow through with, don't set them. You got to have limits with this shit. Saturn is the planet of limits and boundaries. But Let a conscious nigga tell you Saturn don't even exist. What is a limit? What is a boundary? I don't like limits. I don't like boundaries. Hood, I just want to be free. I just want to be free. All right, fam. Get your free ass on, right? Because your freedom sound like no rules to me. And, you know, if we go and grow, we need parameters, right? That's just the rule. So are you able to accept these changes for your growth, right? And of course, what we're dealing with at all of these major planets going retrograde, what's happening in real time, real term. I know this for a fact. I'm living it. I'm in the office right now. And 5 years ago, I was in the office with supervisors, managers, branch managers, motherfuckers telling me what to do, telling me what to wear, telling me the good times to go to the bathroom versus the bad times for me to go to the bathroom. I'm in that same exact settings and ain't nobody telling me shit. And I'm working on my own projects, right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about that slave master relationship is flipped on his ass. And a lot of people think that it's black and white, but really, slave is all about your ass, right? If you are subordinate to an energy outside of your ass, that's your fault. Because if I develop my energy within me, right? If I'm doing this work within me and you sitting there eating bonbons and Cheetos and shit, right? And I'm creating my reality and you looking at me creating my reality, of course you're gonna catch a fence. And I say, hey man, you gotta activate your fucking chakras. You gotta watch what you eat. You know? Oh, hood, I ain't with that. You trying to tell me what to do. No, but don't get mad at me for changing my reality though. Okay? I ain't trying to tell you what I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm saying everybody got questions, everybody in my inbox, how do you do this? How do you do that? Y'all don't really like the answer though, but I digress. Jupiter is moving direct. So it's allowing you to see all of this. You should be able to see your past. And now that you've seen your past, all of the things that you don't want to deal with, COVID, race war, all of this crazy stuff. I can't go on and on about all of the crazy stuff we've seen. We've seen all of that. How, as Jupiter goes direct, how can we take what we learn and create a new reality? Well, you have to deal with the corresponding energies. And this corresponding energy is a new growth. But the thing about new growth that I'm bringing into your realization, if you have a little baby tree, it's an oak tree. It's going to be 150 foot tall, massive, huge, as far as the eye can see. But right now, it's a little baby sprout. I mean, you could step on that thing and it can get crushed. So now you have to be careful about this energy. You have to look after it. You have to cultivate it. And this is the places where your energy easily becomes atrophied again. Hood, I like your new moon Virgo video 2 months later. Shit, I'm back here at the club at the bar getting towed up, man. But that video that you did in September for the new moon, man, that shit was hot. I like that shit. You was on fire, fam. Look, it don't fuck all of that. Don't tell me how good the video was. Tell me how you cultivated your newfound spiritual growth and you cultivated. You didn't allow yourself to get atrophied. And how do you cultivate an energy opposed to Aquarius? Aquarius is learning. Aquarius is education. Aquarius is the mental. So the actual growth of this supernatural ability comes in the form of your education. So kowtowing about how great the video is not going to level you up at all. What levels you up? Basic psychic development, cyclomancy, having a partner and be like, read my mind right now. See, y'all not ready for that. Me and my wife, I ain't even gonna tell y'all. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna tell you. We going into each other's dreams. Since I can't help myself and she can't help herself, we helping each other in the dream world. little baby stuff. We growing and cultivating and things of that nature. And as we help ourselves, we'll begin to help other people. But we just understand that this actual new ability has to be carefully grown. Carefully grown is the everyday activity so it don't get atrophied, don't get trampled on, right? How do your growths get trampled on? Hey y'all, I'm a big ass oak tree. Say what? You a big ass oak tree? Let's go see this big ass oak tree. When you really not a big oak tree yet, fam, you just a little baby bean sprout. Chill for a second. Let your shit grow. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Hood said we had supernatural powers, so I'm about to, set some shit off. Wait a second. I said this was the beginnings. This was the start, right? Y'all be taking it too far. Yes. So retrogrades. So let's look at this. Mars is in retrograde. Saturn is in retrograde. Uranus is in retrograde. Neptune is in retrograde. Pluto is in retrograde. The nodes are always in retrograde. Chiron is always in retrograde. Why? What is retrograde, everybody? Retrograde is an apparent movement by the planets when the reality is that the planets ain't doing shit. The reality is that Earth is getting everything popping and Earth is going on its little trip. The planets is like, damn, y'all tripping down there at Earth. Y'all seen that meme before with the aliens watching TV, right? The aliens watching TV, like, what you watching, fam? They like, Earth 2020, this shit getting good. This shit getting crazy. Aliens, the sky is falling. Donald Trump, the president. What? Donald Trump, the president? Yeah, this shit crazy. So these retrogrades don't represent the planets, don't matter about the planets. So when astrologers say, well, Mars is retrograde, Mars ain't doing shit. Mars is doing what it normally do. Earth, you over there tweaking. That's some shadow projection shit right there. What is it saying about the Earth, right? Because the planets don't change their trajectory. The planets don't go faster or slower, don't go behind or no, they don't retrograde. The Earth retrogrades. The Earth retrogrades. So how are you responding to the Earth's changes? And a lot of people, honestly, they don't know what the fuck is going on. Why? Because don't nobody know what the fuck is going on. Because this is a new growth. You go through all of this darkness, all of this birth, underground, man. Aries is underground. Taurus is underground. Gemini is underground. Pisces is Cancer is underwater. Leo is in the body. Virgo is the first time that we rise up above, like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? It's cars going back and forth. It's people going back and forth. And you just this little ass plant. Man, by the grace of God, you don't have no defense. You have to just kind of learn and understand. And as we develop and we grow these abilities through our chakras, through our hormonal responses to the world, why do you think all of these people is locked down wearing masks? Even when we know that the disease can't kill you like that. Because it's a psychotic, traumatic response to a planned stimuli. They told you that wearing masks is going to protect you from death. And that hit a switch, man. That made people be like, I don't want to die. Give me the mask. So these retrogrades are us going fucking crazy. And this sun and moon energy, Mercury is in its home space in Virgo. This is how we begin to grow from all of this craziness. Getting your mind back, getting your ancestors back, getting your direction back, knowing that everything is hard work of development of these atrophied muscles. It's a lot of people that's talking this shit. But the reality is that we are still growing. So if you don't understand that, then the deeper thing is that there are no hierarchies in this shit. The only hierarchy is found in your understanding of your body, and you raise your energy from the root, from the crown. And shout out to the energies that have been sending messages through the crown chakra. But when your chakras are open and you're available to understand these messages, you become a better person for it. But if you're dealing with your own personal bullshit, hood, I can't get a job. Hood, I can't do this. Hood, I can't do that. Hood, I'm trying to get a man. Hood, I'm trying to get some money. What about you, though? What about you, though? Right? So let's deal with this slide. Did I touch everything on here? Yeah, I think so. So this full new moon, get back. This new moon is related to the, man, I can't see. I can't see even with glasses on. The Uttara Falguni. And so the Uttara Falguni is also the tail of the Big Dipper. And if you know anything about the Big Dipper, we've been talking about that a lot in Lovecraft Country. So real quick, what I want to touch on with this actual nakshatra is that this actual nakshatra is ruled by Bhaga. Bhaga is the god of divine bliss. And this is how we reach our highest heights of earthly prosperity. But the reality of gifts is that gifts come with tests. We always hear about the gift and the curse. Okay. These tests are you for real about it? Virgo. Libra. Can you let shit go and become so focused on it that you're able to kind of pierce through the smallest window of just the slipperiest of the slipperiness? That's Libra. It's like, are you sure you want it? You know, can I make you sad? You know, can I make you sad enough to make you forget about it? Let's dig deep into that a little bit. So as this energy progresses to Virgo, we might get our esteem going. We might get our growth, might get a little bark about us, like, you know what I'm saying? Get a little girth about us, you know, start feeling ourselves and things of that nature. And then a windstorm comes, right? So, you know, you don't bend too much and you don't bend too hard. You go with the wind, you know, you just kind of flow with it. And that's Libra, where a lot of people they really focused on their marriage or their career, and then once something happened, it's like, hood, I'm sad, I don't want to do it no more. Man, a month ago, this was the only thing that you was talking about. Now you telling me you sad. What happened? Some man came and knocked me off of my shit, man, and now I'm just too sad to go on. You go on without me. All right, then, shit. I told you that wind was going to come. You look at the deacons of goddamn Libra, they don't play around. You got heartbreak, you got peace, and you got truce. And all of these things, they require a level of mental strength. Another thing, when you have supernatural growth, supernatural abilities, you know, you might really want to fly out here. What do you have to combat more than anything? Niggas looking at you like you crazy. But animals evolved to fly. You want to read minds. Oh, you crazy as hell. You can't read minds. Mentalism ain't real. And then now you predicting everything that everybody say. Now you scaring everybody. right? Because you made it through the human doubt. Because human doubt is going to be like, you can't do that. Leave it up to humans, you can't do shit. Besides, go to work. Like, you gotta work. If you don't got a job, man, 9 to 5, benefits, man. You need those benefits. Yeah, right. You need a team of like-minded individuals with the same goal that's willing to compensate for each other and be each other's support. You don't need no 9 to 5, but if you're around a whole bunch of people who in that fear, who ain't trying to grow, it gets to that level. But I digress. But we are representing this new moon energy, and we are representing our spiritual path. And our spiritual path has come into its own reality. And of course, one would say, Hood, I don't know what you're talking about. I just go to work every day. All of this shit sound interesting, but I don't know. Because our spiritual path is simple. Hood, simple, that sound good, but tell me more about it. A lot of things is simple. I cut on the remote. I cut on the TV with my remote. That's simple. So spirituality, I just gotta cut it on. Wait a second. The spiritual path is natural. Oh shit. So you mean I gotta get out my house and deal with nature and see the workings of nature to understand my spiritual abilities? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you give me any other suggestions besides naturehood? Like, I'm looking for more in the house. I'm looking for something hard, something that challenged me. Well, we're not talking about something that's hard and something that challenged you. The spiritual path, Peter Carroll said this, and I'm paraphrasing. When you got good luck, when your money is flowing, when the girls is in your DM like, hey daddy, you on your spiritual path. When you broke as hell, the chicks ain't checking for you. You know what I'm saying? You hitting every fucking red light and you already late 10 minutes. You off your spiritual path. And you know it by how you feel. So if you're feeling like shit right now, today, this is the 16th, 17th, whenever you watch this video, you feeling like shit. Well, it's time to get on your spiritual path so they can hit up your DMs like, hey daddy, hey daddy, I've been thinking of you. You know what I'm saying? We trying to have good vibes at the end of the day, right? Man, Hood, I got all of these obstacles. I got all of these blockages. Help me with these obstacles and blockages. Well, first, do you want to get on your spiritual path? Huh? What you mean, Hood? what you talking about? All right, what do I get from this spiritual path? You get power, prosperity, and glory. Some different shit. Not stubbing your toe every day. Not getting your ass tore out by your supervisor talking about you 3 minutes late. And he be telling you 3 minutes late, but you done got your kids ready, off to the daycare, managed to drive in rush hour traffic, and you only 3 minutes late. Shit. Like, people don't know nothing of what you go through. Right? So, of course, let's deal with this. We still that little baby Groot. My name is Groot. So how do Groot grow? Groot grows from his large legacy and his inheritance. Does Groot family members give him money to help him grow? No, it's natural. It's DNA, baby. It's DNA, baby. All you got to do is let it go, right? Let it go. Your ancestors will come flooding through. You like, Hood, I ain't do my genealogy. I ain't do my 23andMe. I did not do my ancestry.com, Hood. You said large legacies and inheritances. I need to, how much is 23andme.com? No, man. We talk about DNA activation. That's the code word that I'm using for this little small plant, this supernatural abilities. Because a lot of y'all will still think, well, How do I get into Hogwarts, hood? You sounding real fantastical right now, my brother. No, ain't no Hogwarts, ain't no magic school, ain't no mystery school. It's the activation of your DNA. Okay? Prosperity through contracts and marriages. See, you don't get here through one night stands, fellas, ladies. Man, you gotta love your wife. You gotta love your husband. You gotta love your mama. You gotta love your daddy. You gotta love your mama. You gotta love your daddy. And they gotta love their mama. And they gotta love their dad. Like, you gotta get this love craft, right? That's the real prosperity. Y'all be having one night stands and trying to figure this spiritual thing out. See, the most spiritual alchemy that one could do is take one family bloodline and another family bloodline and bring those bloodlines together and make children. I swear some of the most beautifulest beings come from my DNA. My ancestors are so beautiful, and I know that they're beautiful because they are babies now. Healing systems, man. Healing systems. Man, when you talk about your ancestors, you talk about your growth, you talk about they given to you constantly, constantly, constantly giving, 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 giving. Not asking you for shit, fam. That's charity. That is charity. So the ancestor said, move on, nigga. We get the point. We get the point. Let's take a break, man. Secret lovers, yeah. That's what we are. Trying to make the way we feel. This thing is real. Checking my phone. Text Mama Mystic. Mama Mystic holding it down. We got 4 babies now. This shit be crazy, fam. Now y'all be like, where the hood been? Man, I got 4 little kids too. I be thinking like, bro, you could have spaced this shit out. Could have waited till Zora turned 12. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in love though too. You know, so that'd be another part of dealing with like, let's chill on having the kids, but I'm still in love. So it's like I can only keep my fingers crossed. Let's stop talking about kids. Let's start talking about let's start talking about some astrology one time, right? All right. So this is the deacon astrology part. So in the first deacon, we have a woman and a husband, and she's reading love letters and she's pleasuring herself. All symbology. What does this 7 of this means? She's limited because she can't even be with her husband because maybe he don't satisfy her sexually. But she's also limited because the letters, the love letters that old boy is writing her, albeit turn her on, it ain't the real thing. She really thinking like, man, I wish Bobby was out of jail right now. I really wish James was out of jail right now. I really wish Taylor was out of jail right now so he could put it on me. Jim is not putting it on me. Right? And these are no-win situations. All she can do is wait till T-Dog get out of prison and come treat that thing right. So her constantly like fantasizing about it, thinking about it all day, every day, ain't gonna bring it no closer because T-Dog get out in 2022. His ass go on parole 2021. So she just gonna have to wait it out, right? So and this is, all right, let me get back. I need help. T-Dog, come home. No. I'm getting back. So right here is a lady being watched by shadow figures. And this shadow figure is her realizing that she's being watched, but since they shadow figures, they not really real people. She's telling them to kiss my ass, right? I can't be afraid of you watching me. I can't even stop you watching me. Like we be talking about spells and people doing work on people and stuff like that. And I'm like, shit, you can't stop a person from doing work. So you might as well not even worry about it. Just tell them to kiss your ass and keep going on your mission. Follow on your path. Anybody that wish bad on you, they already behind you, right? Kiss my ass, right? This is the energy, right? As this energy is opposing how you move forward. Because why? Because when you move forward, you moving forward through your obstacles. And through your obstacles might be a person hating on you, talking shit about you, like, why you don't do this? Why you ain't doing that? Why you ain't doing this? Listen, man, why you ain't doing it? Kiss my ass. I'm going to continue moving forward. Fair enough? Oh, my goodness gracious. Give me 1 second, family. So let's look at this even further, if y'all don't mind. New moon in Virgo, very serious time. So let's just look at this. The first deacon of Virgo is ruled by Saturn. It deals with limitations. The young lady cannot be with her secret lover, nor can she be happy in her security. So for the ladies, I want a man with a lot of money. I want a man that can satisfy me sexually. I want a man that do both. Oh shit. That is the trouble. Cause it's dudes with money all over the place. It's dudes giving, on OnlyFans all over the place, porn stars all over the place. But when it comes to security, they won't even take you to McDonald's. They won't even get you a 4 for 4. But the sex is bomb, right? This is the first deacon in Virgo. You dealing with your limitations and more so, right? You have to get to a point where you stop relying on external things because the letters ain't going to do it and the man ain't going to do it and you this person. And how did you get here? By thinking that you needed people, right? And opposing this new moon is Neptune, which is addressing the fact that you are being admired, adored, even if you don't know it. Hold up. Wait a second. Let's deal with this shit. Let's deal with it. I'm being admired and people looking at me, even if I don't know it myself. Please elaborate on that, Hood. I will. You are a spiritual being that have existed for multiple lifetimes. You are now in the awareness of it for the first time in thousands of years. You used to reincarnate on a so Scorpio would be the day that your parents would make love. And that would be the time for which the ancestor would then be encapsulated within the man, masculine, and the woman, feminine. And these are the two parallels in the tree of life, but these are also the two sides in the alchemical chain of events that create DNA. There's a masculine and a feminine chain of DNA, okay? So the deeper mastery of ancestral travels have been completely forgotten. So now when you reference who you are, you're like, well, my social security say my name is Charmaine Torrance. I was born in 1983. I work at Costco's full time because they got good benefits, and I got an OnlyFans part time because I need extra cash. Cause my rent is $1,400, and that just don't make sense to be spending that amount of money on rent and not getting nothing in return. But I digress. So Charmaine Torrance is an illusion. The reality of Charmaine is that she's existed for multiple lifetimes. In some lifetimes, she was Theophilus. Some lifetimes, she was Cheryl. Sometimes she was Tom. you know? Sometimes she wasn't even a human. Sometimes she incarnated as an animal. Sometimes she incarnated as a plant. So when we are born, because this energy hasn't been lost, it's just forgotten. You're born into a hospital and then you are trapped. The dates line up with cosmological phenomena. I'll do you one better. I was born on August 23rd. August 23rd, the sun is conjunct Regulus. So I've been tagged and monitored my whole life. There's been doctors, educators, counselors, advisors posing as these, but really central intelligence officers. And I'm not saying that I'm special. You just got to look at how big the CIA is. And then you got to ask yourself, what the fuck are they doing? And then you get to a point of they're monitoring their citizens. And then you get to understand, well, what was the movie Truman Show talking about? Is it just one Truman, or is it multiple Trumans in them, right? So this third decan of Aquarius, you have to be honest with this shit. Neptune is sitting there. You have to be real about this. And if this is numero uno, factamundo, can't be denied. And if you are in this sphere or in this space and you're like, I'm just this new human that was born a few years ago, and I'm just sitting here trying to figure it out. You're lying to yourself. And then you can't understand why you're being so monitored, why you're being so scrutinized, why you're so different from your family. They'll get up every Sunday and go to church, and you know it's bullshit because you're older. Your soul's more mature. You have to understand this, okay? And once you understand this, you'll have a clear, direct, concise direction for this new moon, for this new energy. And it requires you to be authentic about it, hence, kiss my ass. Because you don't know more than I know, and I'm on the road of self-discovery. Okay? So a lot of people would want to be in a relationship, man or women, but also want to have, OnlyFans or something like that, or be selling their ass on the low. Man and women be selling their ass on the low. It's a lot of dudes selling their ass too. They just not telling you about it. Right? That's the crux, right? When you not really authentic in your actual sexual representation out here, you're not saying, well, I'm really loose in the goose with this shit. I mean, I might fuck a nigga tomorrow, you know what I'm saying? I don't got no boundaries, I'm reckless with this Yoni, you know what I'm saying? I'm reckless with this Peter. I be on Tinder swiping left, you know what I'm saying? I be hooking up every single night. And then you get into a real relationship, but you ain't letting this be known. I'm a little thought out here, for real, fam. And then we want to be like, well, I'm on a spiritual journey. I'm listening to Hood Mystic. Well, Hood Mystic say, if you a thought, be a thought. If you got morals and standards and ethics, stand on those morals, ethics, and standards. You know, I'm in a committed relationship, but I'm open to a new relationship. I'm just a little weary about this shit. I'm a little weary about it. I'm not clear on it. So, in order to get clarity, to kind of surmise, we have to be very scientific about this and also detached. Detached because we don't know the direction of our growth. We've never been there before. This is the revelation of the realization of your soul's path and your soul's understanding as the cosmos state. And as we look at what the cosmos are saying, we either affirm it or deny it. And if we affirm it, it is time to change. And how do we change? We change by growth, ladies and gentlemen. We change by growth. So, as we deal with this new moon, which takes place Thursday the 17th, this will be the ending of our Pitru Paksha, and because we've been giving our offerings, right? Because we paid attention our last full moon video, we've been giving our offerings daily. And this could be simply through cleansing, this could be water offerings, this is getting rid of all of our worldly ignorance to bring our awareness to our ancestors, right? And the actual new moon is what we call a fortnight. And this is where the veil is thin. This is where our ancestors, our guides, everybody, they start coming in. And of course, we're referencing new moon times. So this is taking place now, 3 days before, 3 days after. Communicate with your ancestors, communicate with your guides, because the energy is heightened. Stop following these people who say Halloween is the most spiritual time. That's bullshit, okay? So, use this time as a window for your true growth. Use this time to connect with your ancestors. This is the time, man. It's really a beautiful experience to be alive. But if you are completely into the news, the media, YouTube, social media, depending on your friends, you are completely missing out on these spiritual opportunities. And this is just the beginning, and we will bring more of these spiritual downloads in the future. But I just want to thank you guys for your time, your attention, and hopefully this video added value to your spiritual journey. I'm the Hood Mystic, representing www.hoodmystic.com. If you would like to support this channel, please watch this video that I'm about to play now. Peace.